In the last video, we looked at how the Yelp review filter works, and we shared with you not just what Yelp says about how the Yelp review filter works, but what our own independent research has shown. And the percentages that we showed there vary a little bit depending on if it changes a little bit each time we show it, but the overall results and key takeaways always remain the same. I will add the caveat, though, that while case study after case study that we look at, we see multiple pages and we average out the data, it always comes back with the same general results as what we looked at in the last video. But there are pages that we have found where that does not hold entirely true. Just recently, for example, we were looking at a Yelp page for an Italian restaurant where if you looked at the filtered or not recommended reviews, those actually were more likely to have left multiple reviews on Yelp, to have had friends on Yelp, and to have a profile picture. So while the research data that we've shared with you is how it works as a general rule, there are indeed exceptions to the rule, and there are circumstances where it's not honestly entirely clear why certain reviews are filtered and why others are not. And that has led many to ask the question, does Yelp manipulate the data? I have heard personally from multiple business owners and have read online of many more business owners saying things like Yelp, in trying to sell them advertising, told them that they would filter some of the negative reviews and show some more of the positive ones if they paid for advertising. And also instances where maybe they didn't have an exact conversation with Yelp about that, but there have been many instances where a business owner seemed to notice a connection between when they pay for advertising and when their reviews get filtered. So, is this true? Does Yelp manipulate the data, or is it just a Yelp urban legend? And the answer is maybe. There is a good case to be made for either possibility, for it either being true or not being true. On the one hand, there are simply far too many business owners out there that have reported Yelp doing things like this for them to all be lying. And as such, though I personally have not witnessed that firsthand, I am sure that there have been instances where a sales rep at Yelp, in an effort to make a sale, has told a business owner that they would filter more negative reviews and recommend more positive ones if they would pay for advertising. And in doing so, maybe they were just flat out lying to try to make a sale, or maybe they were doing something shady behind the scenes in order to try to make that happen. But I am just certain that that has happened in some instances because there are just so many business owners that have stated that conversations like that have taken place. On the other hand, our research has shown consistently to have the same statistical results for companies that do advertise with Yelp as those that don't. From the research we've done, some of which we shared with you in the last video, there was no statistically noticeable difference between how reviews were filtered by the companies that pay for advertising versus those that do not. And then secondly, as a part of our research, we have, on behalf of businesses that we work with, we have called up Yelp multiple times, talking to multiple different sales reps and asking them if we agree right now to make a transaction, to give you our business, to close a sale, would you be able to do anything to help make more positive reviews show up as recommended and more negative reviews be filtered? And without exception, every single sales rep that we have had that conversation with has said no. There's absolutely nothing that they can possibly do to change how the reviews are filtered. Now, I am, as I said earlier, I'm taking a completely neutral stance in all this. I'm not here either to attack or defend Yelp. I'm just sharing with you the honest results from our research, and there it is. Another common question that we sometimes do get asked, though, is there any way to remove my business from Yelp entirely? If I just don't want it out there at all, I want it to be completely taken down and removed. How can I do that, and if so, how? And that's what we're going to talk about in the next video. So click the link below, and I'll see you there.